Guys, am I live? Yes, I am, guys. This is always weird. Every time I turn on the camera, sirens. I'm just going to say that's a good thing. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, as you can see, I am outside and we have, oh God, and we have company. So, obviously my live legs, we got to get that on tack because this totally came down, guys. Bear with me. Okay, we are always learning, but anyway, I have my phone. I'm actually going live on my phone, and I have my little tripod here. So I said, you know what, let me bring this out just in case, because it is too beautiful outside for me not to want to go live. Come on, let's just be honest. And I just wanted to come by and speak about a couple of things. Number one, or I should say mainly, self sabotage. But before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified every time your girl uploads a video of some sort. And again, my name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars, guys, as well as check out my website. All the information will be down below. I am writing again, guys, and I am going to be exposing my website to a couple of different topics and situations that will be residing just on that platform. So be sure to check that out. A new blog goes live every Thursday, as well as my podcast. So now that we got the commercial out, let's get into it. Because, on this platform, and this is why I love how organic my content has become, because now my podcast has its own channel, okay, at Elizabeth Magical Garden Podcast. And this is mainly family, right? This is like where I come and go live, check in, and so much more, and share different scopes in my life. But I did want to come by and hold space for people that are progressing in life. You may be going through different changes in your life. I have divulged that I am going, by the grace of everything good, going to be 50 in a few months. It just was such a revelation for me in terms of, okay, it forced me, I should say, to really think about how my life has been going, the things that I have accomplished, the things that I want to continue accomplishing as well. I'm trying to show y'all Benji here because he wanna make his little debut, but I don't know if he can. Okay, there he goes. We gotta show Benji. Hi, say hi to everybody, and there we go. Of course, I get a lick, right? But anyway, it just forced me to think about so many things in so many areas, and I have disclosed about how, when I was younger, I was living on my own. I would say when I was like 21, and my son was about I was just about to be 22 when I got my first apartment, when I landed a really great career job, and my son was just about to be going to the first grade. So that's a lot to accomplish all in one fold, and that has been the premise of my life. I can't lie, like, just being in a state of progression altogether has always been a common factor. But I am now realizing, when I was younger, it was so much easier, right? It was so much easier. When you're younger, you're not like fear. It's like, what's fear? You're energetically moving. At that time, there was no social media. I did not, to say that I didn't have my own woes, but there weren't any social media. Um, there wasn't, I didn't even have a cell phone at that time. So a lot of the stuff was not prevalent in terms of taking the focus off of the things that I wanted to achieve. So now with social media and all the things that we have going on, I realize that a lot of fear has bestowed upon me. Well, I should say it did at one point, and I had to really work hard, guys. Like, I really believe that that was part of the premise of my anxiety. You know, I have disclosed that that is something that I cope with at times, and it can be really hard, right? But through intervention, going to therapy, and really working hard on myself, what I have come to realize, fear can also put you in a state of self sabotage. And where am I going with that? Self sabotage. Why do we self sabotage? Well, for one, fear is to protect ourselves. When you are fearful, it's because naturally this is supposed to happen. Naturally, you're supposed to go through a state of fear to, you know, if you see something or if you hear something loud, your first move is to run or stop or go the other way, right? So that is good. But at the same token, especially when you are making different type of moves in your life, oh, the light, we got to find our light, especially when you are making different moves in your life, you can find yourself in a state of fear. And what I really wanted to say is, okay, I'm trying to give you a really good example. What I just recently learned is that fear, when you're doing, like, let's just say, okay, for instance, I'm going to the gym. I love going to the gym. I've been working out. It's been doing it actually is healing every area in my life, literally. It's actually propelling me to be in a position to have to heal so many different areas in my life. And number one, how I eat. Because yesterday I felt like I hit some type of wall. I was so hungry. I started doing light weightlifting as well. You know, we want to maintain our muscle mass. We want to be strong and agile as well. But when you are building muscle, you are also tearing muscle tissue so it can heal, and then you can actually become even stronger. Just life. So it comes to a point with self sabotage where it's like, once you hit that ground and now you're starting to surpass uh, your natural state of what you're comfortable with, subconsciously you can find yourself doing things to sabotage all the work you have done. I can say, like, everybody started saying to me, a lot of, well, I should say, not everybody, my close relatives and friends are saying to me, oh, you know, I can see the difference in you. I can see, you know, how I see a change in you. And, you know, these celebrations in terms of how people celebrate you and, um, how can I say, is taking in the appreciation of the hard work that you're doing, right? Acknowledging the work that you're doing is a good thing. But then something happens to the psyche. Something, I believe, happens where it's like all of a sudden now you want to wake up a little later. All of a sudden you may want to eat more takeout than usual, right? Because psychologically it's almost like your not almost your body is trying to protect you from the unknown. I have worked out before. I have gone to the gym before, but I can be perfectly honest with you guys. I believe one of the major reasons why I have stopped and I plateaued outside of life circumstances, because listen, things happen in life. You cannot help it, right? You may have a day where you don't go. Like the other day, I was waiting. It was last Friday. I usually go Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those are my days that I would prefer to go to the gym, right? I had some, my nose is itching. I had some deliveries that was coming in on Friday, so I couldn't go to the gym on Friday. So I could have said to myself, well, I'll just go next Friday. At least I did Monday and Wednesday. No, I said to myself, I am going 3 times a week. So best believe she got her little behind up on Saturday and went to the gym. Now I did put in a light, well, I did a lot of cardio and I felt good about it. Number one, I kept my word to myself. Number two, I didn't allow my self talk to talk me out of what I knew what was best for me. Things like that. You know, you can be creating something. Maybe we just passed, well, it seems like these months are flying, or is it just me? But we just got through January. So, you know, a lot of us have all these hopes and dreams that we set for ourselves, right? And there's something that happens between February and March where we tend to go back to our own ways, our old ways, unbeknownst to us. And I truly believe it's self sabotage. I truly believe that once we plateau and get to a point where it's unfamiliar, you haven't gone this long going to the gym, you haven't gone this long going to bed at a certain time, you haven't gone this long without eating after a certain time, right? So then you start saying things to yourself like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to have it's still early. I'm just going to have this little piece of cake. You know, I've been really good. That's, at least that has been my thing, right? I'll put myself out there. You know, I'll say, well, I've been really good, so I can do that. Or, you know what? I deserve this reward. And you know what? You do. But you have to, well, it's imperative, especially when you are growing and you're working on yourself, to realize, where are these so-called rewards coming from? Is it really a reward, or is it a passive, aggressive point of self-sabotage? Because let me tell you something, it comes like a thief in the night. By the time you have sabotaged what you have worked so hard to do, you don't even know how you get there. It's to the point where it's so sneaky, and it comes so swift, where it's like, you know what, I'll better luck next year. That's why I believe we start to have these things where we say, okay, my New Year's resolutions, because we get into this point where it's like, oh, well, I messed up, you know what, better luck next year. But why would we do that? My solution, you know, I had to give you some solutions, and shout out to everybody that is sticking around. Shout out to my replays that's listening to this message, because it was really put on my heart to share what I've been learning. I told you guys that I am on a life journey, okay, to self mastery and learning these things about self-sabotage, because I believe this has been a major hiccup in my life. I could be honest in saying that. And I realize one of the reasons why it has been so prevalent is because I haven't been paying attention. And again, things happen in life. I'm not talking about um life circumstances, but even with that, guys, handle your business. Do what you got to do. Take some time off, but start over. Do not quit. You cannot quit on your dreams. You cannot even allow you to get in the way of what you know that is right for you. Take the time that you need. Take some time to breathe. Take some time to grieve, even, but get back up. Do not allow yourself to be the one to steal your joy or your dreams. And one of the things, key points that I would give you is to be mindful. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness will actually seep out, sift, see, push out self sabotage. Because if you're being mindful of where your mind is going and how you are reacting to things and how you are showing up to things, you'll be much more able to get a hold on when these things come. Because let me tell you something, it will never, unfortunately, this is not something that will ever go away. Anytime you try to do something new in your life, and it could be anything that you are not naturally used to doing, you're going to have that voice. Self sabotage is going to come up and creep up and say, you know what? You don't know nothing about that. What you talking? You don't even know. You just read this book and now you want to talk about it. You just started going to the gym. Like, okay, it's good, but hey. You're hurting every day. You got a lot of rest days going on. Like, why are you going to go to the gym today? You're still aching, because we want to protect ourselves. It's a natural thing. We want to protect ourselves from failure. We want to protect ourselves from pain. But that should not allow you to give up on your dreams and aspirations. Guys, I really pray that this message helped somebody. It definitely helped me. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to, like, low key, high key. I feel like talking to you guys is also helping me out. Just saying. Anyway, guys, be blessed. Be sure to check out my podcast at Elizabeth Magical Garden. It goes live every single Thursday. And as I just disclosed with you guys, I am writing on my blog and I feel so good about it. So be sure to check that out. There's a blog post that goes up on Thursdays as well. But most importantly, stay blessed, stay in peace, and stay in power. Peace.